Again, look on the right now. Instead of having a real window, they painted one, because if you had a real window, they'll pay extra tax. So you need symmetrics, you need to look nice. So without that, it would look odd that you have one window and then on the next floor two. So to make symmetrics, they painted just windows on the facade.
Can you put a window afterwards?
Well, you know, most of the buildings are protected by laws, so you're not allowed to change anything on the facade anymore. So I think nowadays, of course, they're not taxing them per number of windows, but you cannot change the facade of the building. Right, we are heading now to the highlight of our visit here. A very unique place, very special place. The only thing is that when they opened it in 2002, they forgot a very important thing, and just to protect the trademark. So nowadays we're having these ice bars all over the world, but the first ever ice bar built in the world was one in Stockholm, the one that we're going to visit now. So that's what is unique about it. And also what is unique, that it might be just one of few that is a real ice inside. Instead of like when I took the children to ice bar in Budapest, we actually entered the back of a refrigerated truck. It was cold, but definitely nothing to do with the ice bar. Yeah, the drinks were cold, it was cold inside, but nothing of atmosphere like in this one. And the story started back in late 1980s. Two gentlemen from Stockholm, they had a conference in the far north of Sweden, in a place called Kiruna, in Laponia, in the Swedish Northern Territory. And when they arrived there, they told them there was no room for them booked, as there was no other places to stay. It's a very remote area, and luckily they had sleeping bags with them. So outside the deep snow, they made like hollow in the snow, wrapped themselves, of course, in this sleeping bag, and slept in the snow, which was like insulation for them. And as they had a good fun and told everyone, they came with ideas saying, we should build ice hotel. People can actually stay in rooms made of ice and snow. So that crazy idea came to actually be realized a few years later. So they went up there. There's a river, Torne, which is a very famous river there, because the clarity of the water is incredible. It's just, there's nothing to pollute it. You can drink straight from the river water. And they rented one area where the river is quite wide, and they started grooming the ice. I never understood what does it mean, grooming the ice, but they explained to me that one section of the river in the winter time when it's frozen, they kept always nice and smooth surface, not allowing to make ice in kind of different levels, but just in one nice layer. And then when it comes April time and the spring is coming, they would cut this ice in huge chunks of a few tons maybe each, and transported them to a local company with these big refrigerators to keep them in before November. So through the summertime they would keep ice in refrigerators, and in November they would bring about 20 artists from around the world who are experts in making sculptures and all things of ice. So they're basically chiseling things from ice, and also mixing with also what they saved is like a slush, like a mixture of snow and ice. They created the first ice hotel, and needless to say, it was so popular that nowadays to get a room there you have to book it very much in advance. I was lucky that one of our Trafalgar trips went up to Kiruna in March last year, and we went to see that hotel. During daytime you can visit it, They made 18 suites. Each suite has got like very beautiful decoration inside, big bed made of ice, and the temperature inside the hotel is minus 7 degrees centigrade. That's about 19 Fahrenheit, and there are 22 ordinary rooms, which are also like unique but not so decorated like this suite. Yeah. And what people do, people actually sleep in that room, but how are you going to sleep in the -7 and on the bed made of ice? Well, they put mattress first, they put mattress on ice, and then they put big, thick reindeer skin covers, and then you get your very thick sleeping bag in which you sleep. So after 6 p.m. in the evening, you enter there, and needless to say, there's no toilets or bathrooms in that facility, because on -7 would freeze, of course, anything that you might do.